I'm Linda Kuiper. I have served on the Chestertown Town Council for 2 terms, and I'm running for re-election for a 3rd term. I have thoroughly enjoyed being on the Town Council for Ward 2, especially because if it's happening in Chestertown, it's happening in Ward 2. That's where all of the events take place, and I enjoy being part of the events when I'm asked to volunteer. I am on the Chestertown Tea Party Festival Committee. I am now on the board, and I have co-chaired the Artisans. Coming up, this will be my 5th year. This is a 12-month project, and I'm always asking for volunteers for this huge event that we do in downtown Chestertown. Over Memorial Day weekend, we have thousands of people coming into Chestertown. I am also a volunteer at the Kent County Historical Society. I love being there, meeting people, asking them where they're from. I just recently connected people from Connecticut with family that they have in Kent County. I think the furthest away, I met someone from Australia. And I didn't know this until volunteering at the Historical Society. When Dover Race Week is in Dover, Delaware, people stay in Chestertown for Dover Race Week, which is nice because they come by the Historical Society and you get to meet people from all walks of life, all corners of the world. So one of the first things I was able to accomplish when I took office was to remove the parking meter fees from downtown Chestertown. I surveyed all of the businesses on High Street and Cross Street, and they didn't want the meters. We did no parking fees for 6 months. I went back to the businesses, and they decided to discontinue the parking meters permanently. However, the meters are still there, and they have a little sticker on them, so if you would like to donate to Main Street, you can always put money into the meters. I was instrumental in getting the speed limit reduced to 25 miles an hour coming into Chestertown from Quaker Neck. I just happened to have a connection at the State Highway Administration who walked me through this. I passed the information on to the town manager, and everybody agreed that this was the fastest act that State Highway Administration had done in Chestertown for some time. I also served on the State Highway Administration Task Force when there were highway user funds coming to Chestertown. And right now, I know everybody complains about the potholes, but highway user funds have been reduced, and so we have to get along with the money that we have. The area of the Chestertown Farmers Market was designated by the Maryland General Assembly hundreds of years ago, to be a marketplace. The Chestertown Farmers and Artisan Market remains in Fountain Park today, and I am so happy that now the market offers SNAP, WIC, and Maryland Market dollars to anyone who is eligible for food assistance. I have seen so many new faces in the market, and the market manager got a grant for subsidies for the Maryland Market dollars, blew through the grant, has a GoFundMe page to donate to the Maryland Market money. If you donate $25, that results in $50 to those who are eligible for the food assistance program. Like I said, I've seen new faces in the market, and this is a win-win for everybody. There were those who thought maybe they couldn't afford to shop at the market. Now they can. And we've had some other hiccups in the market, but I'm hoping that we'll get through this. I hope that the Farmers and Artisan Market can get together and form their own organization. I would really like to see government out of the market, perhaps the market pay the town a ground rent and for the artisan and farmers market to combine, form their own board of directors, form their own entity, and take off from there. I think this would be a good thing for both the market and the town. Since I've been in Chestertown, we've had businesses open, we've had businesses close. We have a lot of new businesses in downtown Chestertown now. There have been issues. How do we draw people around to Cannon Street? And I pretty much know every business owner's name in my ward. I would love to see some more new businesses come to Chestertown. However, I will not violate anything according to the Ethics Commission as far as recruiting new business to come into Chestertown. But just to give you an example, last week I was in a store on the outskirts of town, and I bumped into somebody I hadn't seen for a while, and he said, "I have a friend who wants to open a new business, but they can't find a place." Immediately, I knew where this business would fit in. I said, "Call so-and-so," and hopefully that will take up from there. It is an ethics violation for me to solicit or recruit new business in Chestertown, but I'll follow up with this person and see if they were able to connect, and hopefully we'll have another new business coming to Chestertown. I've had to make some hard decisions too. Our property taxes have gone up 6 cents in the past 2 years. I'm a resident of Chestertown also, so I'm a resident. I am in the same place as everybody else in Chestertown with the property tax increase. I think with the property tax increase, I would love to eliminate one of the biggest complaints that I get from residents in my ward, and that's to have to pay for brush pickup. I think that first we could start with first responders. I have a first responder in my neighborhood. I don't think his brush should sit in front of his house for 2 or 3 weeks and not be picked up. I think that if a first responder calls the town office and identifies themselves, I think that that's a courtesy that the town could extend. Just a small token to all of our first responders who are available for any type of crisis 24/7. Then I would hope that because 2 police officers have been eliminated from the police force, that nobody has to pay for brush pickup. This is the biggest complaint that I get from residents in Ward 2.